YouTubers, this is layout update number 7. We're looking at my lumber yard here. I did get my pond poured. It's probably still a little tacky. I think it's going to come out that greeny color. A little shallow in the back because apparently my layout tilts this way. So it's okay. It looks a little muddy in there. It's okay. The logs can float in the deeper part. I put in some stumps here. Dirtied that up a little bit because it did roll over my landscaping a little bit. So I'm going to have to touch it up still a little bit more. But I like those stumps. They're made out of sticks. They look real. Looks like they sawed down the trees. Really like how that turned out. I'm still going to get some more of these pine trees here. I got them at my hobby shop. They're relatively inexpensive. I got a bag of 8 for $5. And he's got a bigger bag of, I think, 25 for $20. And I can't remember the name of the company, but I really like the way they look. I think they look nice. So sometime this week I'm going to get the bag of 25 and put a little more around here in that open area and maybe back here along this ledge here, which I got in, and maybe a few right here between the power plant, which I put in the transformer. That's a Atomics kit as well as these towers. I didn't like the building in there. It was new looking. So I was kind of scratching my head as what to do, and then it just hit me. Hey, just put the tower in there, hook it up to the transformers with some steel or looking thread. I've got some silver thread to use, and then run the lines over to this one. I only have 2 of these. And these are hard to get in N scale. Actually, these were between HO and N scale, and I cut the bottoms off to make them kind of come closer to scale. It's close. It's probably a little bit over N scale, but you can't notice. Man, those are hard to get. If I see Atomics or I see the Walters or Woodland Scenics ones, I'm grabbing them because I need 2 more to go back to here, to go all the way back to the mountain back there. And there is room for one maybe right in here and one right on the edge there. So I had to find those. Very difficult to get. Also, I've got a mock-up here. Vinny, I'm going to scratch build. I'm going to scratch build my lumber shed. I got this off the Walters, or off the Model Railroaders beer line. They did a lumber yard like this, 2 of these buildings. And ran the track between them. I just need one to finish this scene here, and I really like the mock-up. It's just not quite because it's made out of paper, but that's going to be my template. The sides are great. Everything measures right, so I just need to take it back together, or take it back apart, and you can see the front's going to be like a 2-story with lumber stored in it, and it's going to have an upper level with some stairs going up to it. But I just wanted the structure to see how it would fit. I will move it down a little bit, and I'll probably take out a couple of these trees and move them maybe over behind it, and move this down a little bit and extend my gravel parking lot. So I'll fix that, and then we'll get it painted, weathered up, and I'll hopefully have that in a video soon. I did a little work over here as well. Got that lot there. I'm going to put some trees in there, and I of course have to probably, if I do well in this scratch build, I'm going to scratch build just a little office and put it back in the back there of the parking lot, and then we'll put some lumber in the parking lot and maybe have some semis eventually when I get to buying the small details for the layout. We could do that. So but coming along, this scene's turning out nice. Very happy. So and that's pretty much it. Oh, I did get my highway, and I got my grain elevator. I got the old co-op style, which I think will fit nicely. Oh, and I forgot, I did get a Walters kit, sanding tower and sanding house kit. Take a look. It is in there. Weathered up that sanding house. I need to get some sand for that storage pit or storage area. But man, it turned out nice. It's a nice detail for the engine house and engine area. I used those risers from my old layout. It's a water line and risers be a perfect spot for them. So I put them in there. It turned out very nicely. I need some details for the inside of the engine house, which is just Woodland Scenics mechanics and some crates and stuff. And I may have some barrels already. I'll have to go through my stuff and detail that out and light it up, and I think it's going to look very nice. Very nice. I did also get got coming sometime. They haven't shipped it yet, but to put right here, I got a nice like maintenance building. It's going to match these 3 buildings perfectly, which is kind of was my worry. I wanted something to look like it belonged there. So it's going to be a maintenance for the railroad, and I have a fence. So I'm probably going to put a fence right along here to separate the power plant property from railroad property. And I may also put a fence between these two and just have it kind of come up along this ridge here, cut off there at the bushes. And I still have some details to put in this yard. Some barrels and all kind, just the stuff that you find in the yard. Maybe some more weeds in there. So just little details for this area that I have to do that make it better. Also, I still need to put my coal drop in there, right about there, and back here, which free because I get filters for my fish tank, but I don't use the charcoal. I use like a mineral stone because that's what they said to use because it's bad for your fish to use charcoal. So I have these charcoal packets, and man, that's going to make some real nice, cheap looking coal. I mean, saving money. Hey, I already got it. It looks real. It's going to go right in there, some coal piles. Maybe even eventually find a loader that goes into the power plant to load it with coal. And then here I'll have some trucks with coal, maybe parked in front, and some utility trucks and maybe a couple vehicles. If you look at this, I got to put my smokestack in. Once I get the trees and everything when I situate, I'm going to probably have to glue that smokestack down. I don't like to glue my buildings down in case I have to move them for anything. This will be lit up too. I'm going to run some plug-in lights to that so that it looks nice. But you see the back there, I had the detail of the fence, and the only thing I don't like is that hole. So I got to figure out maybe a piece of styrene, real thin styrene over there, and paint it the color of the concrete. But that was my plan when I figured out that I didn't like the building. So that's nice. I still have to fix that one. When I was bringing it downstairs, I dropped it, and I knocked off one of the insulators, so I'm going to have to fix that. But right now I'm out of power glue, so I'm going to have to go get some. See the road put in. Still needs a few little details around it, landscaping details. It's a dirt little patch there. Like I said, it'll be the coal. And it turned out nicely. So that's where I'm at now. And I, of course, have to fix my yard up. I'm working on that. I got ballast now to finish that. Make sure it's sealed. River area, I had to pour a little more. This is drying. So right now it looks kind of messy, but it will dry real nice. If you ever worked with water effects, you can see, I'm getting close up here. See how my waterfall, how that turned out? It just makes like little ripple waves. That's how this is going to dry, and I think it's going to look really nice because I had to pour a little bit extra in this river to get it filled up the best that I could. That's probably the best I'm going to get it, so I'm going to live with it. And so I have little ripples coming off of the rocks, around the edge there, off those rocks, and then just down. Those will dry real nice, clear, and it'll look like little ripples of water in the lake. So I really like how my waterfall turned out. I got to get some brushing along that rock to kind of hide the edge of it. But it looks good. Looks good. Really like it. So get some more pine trees. Like I said, the ones I like at the hobby shop sometime this week, and get them put in. And also get a video of some trains running. I have a couple of videos. I have to edit them. So give me a little time to do that. And hopefully be scratch building this soon. Now that I have a mock-up and a kind of a template to go by, and I got an idea of the size. So I think it's scaled right to in scale. It's just going to be it's going to be fun to do my first scratch build. I don't think that's a necessarily really hard thing. The only hard thing about it will be the stairs, probably to that upper level. but I've got some steps maybe I can use or use as something to go by to build it. So, and that's where I'm at. So next layout update, hopefully I'll have my building maybe at least there, have that area done, and like I said, maybe started on that scratch build. Definitely will have that area maybe done. I hope to have my grain elevator in a few days, and we'll get that built and put in before I go back to work here in another couple weeks, and have my highway bridge come up and over here on Old 66 and have that in. That's going to be a little bit challenging because I'm going to have to build up with foam, or maybe use my leftover risers from my track. That probably would not be a bad idea to get up to the foam, which would build up this road a little bit. Probably start back there by the farm and build up. That'd probably be more realistic looking. Still have to fix my road there. I got to sand it a little bit on top. Trucks of the engines going one way will catch the top a little bit. So it's probably just needing to be sanded, vacuumed out, and painted. And put some ballast along the edge of the road and in between the track and sealed up. Because I've cleaned up my ballast a lot off the track and vacuumed it up. So when I do that, I've learned lightly and then seal it up really good. And you shouldn't have problems. I know back here in the engine area, looking at that is extra sealed along here. So it does not pick that up. That's the look I was really going for. That muddy look, if you look at the slideshow I posted of the Bloomington pictures I have, you look at their engine area, it looks like that. Muddy, yucky. So that's what I was going for. So stay tuned, and hopefully have a couple more layout updates before I go to work, and hope to post a video of some trains running. If not, I'll make a new one. I might do that here in a little bit. Just make a new one. And we'll post that too. So everybody have a good day, and remember, if you like my channel, subscribe. I don't have very many subscribers, and I'd like to get some more and share my layout with everybody. So if you like it, thumbs up, subscribe, and have a nice day. Thank you.